Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here with a tag video. I've been seeing this one go around for the last few weeks or so, and it looked like a lot of fun. I liked the questions, so I decided to do it. I was not tagged by anybody, but yeah, I want to do it. So that tag is the Boujee Booktuber Tag, and it was created by Olive over at abookolive, so I will link her original video down below. And yeah, it's just kind of a tag video talking about your relationship between money and your book buying. So let's go ahead and get into the questions. So question number one right off the bat is, what is your average monthly budget for books? And I don't really have a budget. With that being said, I don't really spend a lot of money on books, I think, on a monthly basis. I do have a book of the month subscription, so that's what, $15 a month. And then if I add a book to that sometimes, which I don't always do, there's months where I skip for the month, so it's very, so I guess it's always 15. And then here and there I'll buy a book or I'll go to a library sale or whatever. So I would say on average it's probably $15 to $25 maybe. Question number two is, what's the most you've ever spent in a bookstore? Well, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of buying books secondhand, so I don't typically go to stores where books are full price, because unfortunately around me there aren't really any small, like, indie type bookstores. We basically have like a Barnes & Noble and then like Target, Walmart, Meijer, and their little book sections. So but I guess I have in the past gone into a Barnes & Noble and will buy a book or two. It really limits me though, because I don't like to spend a ton of money on books, so even though I love them. So I would say probably the most I've ever spent is probably $50. Like if I bought, let's say I bought 2 books, and they're, I mean, on average now, like even a paperback is getting up there in price, so I guess I'd probably say $50 at the most. Question 3, are you willing to pay full price for a brand new release, or will you wait until you have a coupon or there's a sale? It depends on the book. For example, back in September, I really wanted to read The Testaments right away, and I really wanted to read The Institute by Stephen King right away. Both new releases, hardcover, But even then, I pre-ordered those, and I still didn't pay full price for them. They were like 20% off, 25% off the marked price. So even then I didn't pay full price. Now, would I, for a book I really, really wanted? Sure. Like, I'm pretty sure when the Harry Potter books came out originally, I went to the store and I probably paid full price for them, because I mean, I'm not gonna wait for a Harry Potter book to go cheaper before I read it, you know what I mean? I wanted to just gobble those up. So I think it depends on the book. The last few years though, yeah, I mean, I will definitely try to get them on sale or whatever. But I find that a lot of times new releases are on sale anyway. Question number 4, would you rather buy one new book or several less expensive used copies? Girl, you already know the answer to this question. I would rather buy 10 used copies to one brand new pristine copy, because that's just the way I am. Like, to me, it doesn't bother me at all that a book is used. In fact, I sometimes like it that they're used, because they just seem to have more character, as long as they are in decent shape, like their cover's on, the book doesn't stink, and the pages are intact. It's good to go. Question number 5 is, what do you think is a reasonable price for a new hardback book, a paperback, and an ebook? So for me, I understand now hardback copies range from what, probably 20, let's say $25 to $30 nowadays. I think that's a little steep. I think 20 is probably good. It depends though on the condition of that hardcover. Is there a lot of like extra detailing on that hardcover? Is there some sort of design on the naked hardback, foiling and like that kind of stuff, that's going to change the price. I would say probably like $20 for a hardcover. Paperbacks, see, it's hard for me because I'm used to like going to like a library sale and paying 50 cents for a paperback. If I was going to buy a paperback brand new, I think a good price is anywhere from $10 to $15. When they get up to like 18 to 20 for a paperback, it's kind of like, really? Like, that just seems like it's a bit much. And then for ebooks, I think the most I've ever paid for an ebook is probably $10, and that seemed like a lot. Typically when I buy an ebook, I'm buying it because it's like a Kindle daily deal where it's like $1.99 or $2.99. So now it's kind of in my head that like basically $5 and under is a go for me for ebooks. And it's hard though, because I understand that authors, like, they need to make money too. And so it's like a tricky thing, because I understand that they want to make money, but where do you draw that line between like paying $30 for a book, for one book, and, you know, the author also feeling like they're making something, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say $20 max for a hardcover, $15 max for a paperback, and like $5 for an ebook. Question 6, is a signed book worth more to you? How about a first edition? Honestly, I don't pay attention to any of that at all. Like, I'm not one, I mean, it's cool, like, if I get a book that's signed, or like if I go to an event where I meet an author and have a book get signed, I think that's cool. But to me, it doesn't, I'm not one to like search out for things like that, or first editions and stuff. I don't really pay attention to any of that. So to me, it really doesn't hold a lot of value. It just isn't one of my things. Question number 7, what is your most valuable book? Sentimental or actual value? And for that, I actually grabbed it off my bookshelf. I have this old copy of Gone with the Wind. This edition is from 1943. And this was actually my husband's great-grandparents. This was their copy of Gone with the Wind. And so on the inside, his great-grandma wrote, "To Jack from Emma, 1943. So it was a gift that she gave to her husband back in the day. And so obviously this is one that I will never actually read, but it's just cool to have on the bookshelves because it does have sentimental value. And obviously this is a fantastic book. So yeah, this is probably my most treasured book on my shelf. Question 8, will you pay more for a cover or edition you like better? I have been known to upgrade my books if, like, let's say I get a copy of a book and I've read it a few times, or I've loaned it out and it's just gotten beat up, or I've had it for a really long time and it's getting to the point where you can't read it very easily anymore, then I will upgrade it. Or like for me, I prefer like the bigger paperbacks over like a mass market paperback. So if I have like a mass market paperback and I come across an edition that's like a bigger paperback, I will get that one. But most of the time, I will stick to what I have. Unless it becomes necessary to replace a book, then I will go ahead and buy an edition that I really like. Question 9, what physical characteristics does a good quality book have? I guess if you're going to buy, I kind of talked about this a little bit in the question about pricing. If you're going to buy a hardcover, to me, it makes it more worth it to pay $25 to $30 for a book if it has, you know, more, you know, kind of fancy details, foiling, detailed, pretty end pages. The dust jacket is more fancy, that sort of thing. If it's just a basic paperback, then it is what it is. Again, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to those things. I'm more concerned with like what's inside the book, the content of the book, the story. But as long as the book is held together nicely and has a decent cover, then it's a win for me. Question 10, if you won the lottery, what bookish things would you do with the money? Well, I of course would add books to my home library because, I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't go out on a book shopping spree if you came into a large sum of money and you're a book nerd? I mean, I think everybody would do that. So yeah, I would definitely do that. I would also love to go around the world, maybe. Definitely the US or, you know, the country, but maybe even the world, and visit some of the great libraries, because I just love libraries. When I went to New York a couple of years ago, that was the highlight of my trip, was going to the New York Public Library. It was amazing. And I would love to go into more buildings like that because they're just awesome. And then I would probably also find a way to somehow donate or purchase a large sum of books for communities or school districts that need them, because I'm sure there are many around, at least around our country, that, you know, the books they're working with are old and beat up, and I would love to help in any way to encourage people to read more books and to give them more things to read. So those are probably the main things I would do. And then the bonus question is to give an image, actual or mental, of your dream home library. It's funny that this question is here because I'm currently working on this said dream home library in my house right now. We've hit a little bit of a snag with, I had to special order a couple of things for the room, so I'm waiting on those, but I am planning to have a vlog type video of the whole process that I hopefully will come up very soon. I'm just, like I said, waiting for a few more kind of pieces to fall into place. But basically, I've always wanted bookshelves that take up a whole wall, that go up high, and have the little ladder that's you know, like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That's my dream. And to just have a dedicated space to sit and read and to sit and admire my books, because I'm weird like that. I like to just sit and look at my bookshelves. And so to have a dedicated space for that is really all I need. It doesn't have to be this grand, lavish, huge room. If it's, like I said, got some big shelves where I have lots of room to grow my book collection, I have a comfy chair and maybe a window to look out of, that's the dream for me. Alright guys, so those are my answers to the Boujee Booktuber tag. Let me know down below if any of you guys have done this tag or what you would answer, how you would answer some of these questions, because I would love to see what everybody has to say. Yeah, and I'm not going to tag anyone specifically, so yeah, if you're watching this and you want to do this tag, go ahead and do the tag. It's a fun one. And yeah, that's all I have. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I will talk with you very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.